session, I'll be talking about a specification that is not a part of Jakarta EE platform, but it is a Jakarta EE specification, and that it's Jakarta MVC 2.0. And so that's what this talk is going to be about. I'll show some code, so you get a gist of it. So what is MVC then, or Jakarta MVC? Well, you probably know the MVC pattern, and the MVC, it's model, view, and controller. And the way it usually works is that you get a request into the controller, and then the controller maybe does some updates to the model, and then it selects a view to render, and this view can access the model and display the data. And there are different kinds of MVC implementations or way of interpreting this pattern. And one of them is the controller-based MVC. And you're probably familiar with the JSF. And in the controller-based MVC, you have the controller is supplied to you by the framework. So you have the faces servlet does the controller functionality of JSF, and you just focus on the model and the view. Whereas in a action-based MVC like Jakarta MVC, the controller is all up to you as a developer to implement. So you have full control over the view, model, and the controller. And I'll show you this in code in a couple of minutes, or in less than a couple of minutes. And you can see here the Jakarta MVC 2.0 supports the Jakarta MVC namespace. So we changed from the JavaX to the Jakarta namespace. Now, this version isn't live yet because the ballot is ongoing. And currently we have 6 out of 10 yes votes. So we need one more vote to be approved as a specification. And then we go live. And it's a 2-week ballot that will end on December 17th. And directly after that, we will release it, and it will be available in Maven Central. And I've put on my MVC T-shirt here, so you can see the MVC illustration of the with the barista Duke. Oh,
that's pretty cool, Ivar.
Oh yes, one T-shirt for each occasion. So yeah, I'll actually go and. I mean, slides are cool, but code is better. So let's go and see this MVC in practice. So yeah, I have here a simple application, and I'm using the Jakarta E9 that is available, and I'm using Jakarta MVC 2.0. Because this isn't available in Maven Central yet, the MVC part, I'm using a staging profile, so I'm pulling it from the staging repository where MVC is currently. So, but after December 17, it will be available in Maven Central, and it can go as you would do. And since it's not a part of an implementation or the platform specification, we need to provide some implementation artifacts as well. And Krazo is the compatible implementation that we have used to certify the specification. And Krazo runs on different implementations underneath. And this particular application I'll run on Glassfish. And since Glassfish has the Jersey as an implementation of the Jakarta REST, and MVC builds on top of Jakarta REST, as I'll show in code afterwards, then I'm using the Krazo Jersey model. There's also a model, a module for REST-easy as well as CXF. So depending on what your runtime is using, just pick the appropriate Krazo module. So let's go and create a simple application. So I'll just create a MVC Duke application. And this class, I'll extend the, and here you can see how it builds on on top of Jakarta REST, because I'm going to extend the application from Jakarta REST, and you can see it's all on the Jakarta namespace. I'm call the application path. I'll just set a UI for this one. This one can be application scopes. It doesn't have to be, but I'll do that. So it is an application for Jakarta REST, and let's create an endpoint or a controller. So I'll create this one called hello, and this is on path. Hello. Let's get it right there, like this. And in order to make this an MVC controller, all so far it's just about Jakarta REST. So to make it a MVC controller, I use the @controller annotation. That's all I have to do, and then I'll implement, continue using the Jakarta REST. So it's a GET request. I can actually use a void method in MVC. It's not possible in Jakarta REST to use void for a resource method. You have to return something. But in MVC, you actually can use void. So I'll show you why. So I'll just have an empty method there. I won't return anything. But what I'll do is annotate it with a view. So I'm using the Jakarta view annotation and saying this is a hello JSP. That's what I'm going to render. And that's why I can use a void method, since it's I'm using the @view annotation. So let's add the view as well. I'll just add a simple JSP called hello JSP. There you go. And this one I'll call it Jakarta MVC hello. And in the body, I'll write something. Hello, Dick. And then this is actually it. So you can see it is a Jakarta REST application, and it says it has the path UI. That's where the application is. It has a hello endpoint, which is a controller with an hello view. I also have an index file here that just redirects to the UI/hello. So let's deploy this one and see how it works. I'm running on Glassfish 6 RC2. The final release of Glassfish will be out pretty soon now, but it's still on the RC. There it is. So let's go and look at it. I have Glassfish running here. And let's go to the MVC Duke application. And we have the link where I can go, and it should say hello Duke. And it does. This isn't super exciting yet. What we want to do is to have a model as well. Because now we have the view and we have the controller. Let's introduce the model as well. And for this, we have a models models class from the Jakarta MVC. I'll call it model, and I'll just inject it here. Or I don't even need to inject it. I can just have it there as it is. Or let me inject it. Let's go. So we're using CDI on the bottom, injecting the model, which is called models because there were a naming conflict with the another API, so we didn't want to have any conflicts. So rather than typing hello and hard coding the name here, let's use just write the expression language here for name. And in the model, I can then in the hello class take my model and put it's basically a hash map. I'll call it name and I'll call it Dick. So if I redeploy this one, where did it go? There we go. Oh, I think I restarted it. So. Where is it? Oh, it's back there. I missed it. So it should be up and ready pretty soon. Oh, maybe I should code it correctly as well. A semicolon, that's important in Java. So let's go back here, deploy all. And the application should be able to type hello Duke. And it does. And if I want to do it more, I can actually introduce I can use CDI. I don't have to use this models object directly. I can use any way I want to do it. I can add security on top of this, and we also support localization. I don't have so much time that I can do much of it here, but what we could do is to add some. Yeah, what do you want to add, Tanya? Do you have anything you'd like to see?
Oh, I was just distracted by the chat that we have with the community. It's super exciting to see everyone being involved, asking questions. But yes, Ivar, I have a question for you. Are you actually? How often do people want to use MVC? I already see some excitement here in the community that the MVC is ready to go. Do you have any recommendation on when they can go ahead and start using it?
Yes, sure. It's I mean, you can start using it today. It's been a while. It's been around for a while. We went final with version 1.0 early this year under the JCP. So that's available under the old JavaX Maven coordinates. Then we released in September or October actually a version 1.1, which is through the Jakarta namespace, Jakarta specification process with the Jakarta Maven coordinates. And this version 2.0, is available in end of December, and that's totally on the Jakarta MVC namespace. So if you're on a Java EE8 or Jakarta EE8 runtime, you need to use version 1.0 or 1.1. But if you're on a Jakarta E9 runtime, you want to use the version 2.0, and it's available. You can use it. It's out there.
And here Hansi is pointing out the example that he has built based on the MVC. So
Yeah.
it's fantastic to see.
Yes. One of the cool thing about this specification is that it has had a massive community support. We've from the beginning, there have been lots of jugs supporting MVC, and we have tooling supports. We have I'll actually show a pointer to some tooling here. It's a product called Jedict, and it's a NetBeans application, and this one supports a generator for all of the Jakarta E stack. So you can, from the database, you can generate everything, and it supports MVC, and was one of the first tools out there to support MVC. So if you're want to try it out, you can try the samples that Hansi there showed. I have some samples on my GitHub. Christian, the other spec lead, has a lot of samples, and this Jedict tool is pretty awesome to try out these Jakarta stack.
Yeah, and there is more samples provided here using MVC2 already. And yeah, there was, I think, from Ove a question about different development tools that are supporting Jakarta EE and Jakarta E9. So maybe you can chat on that. I will go off and prepare for the next session. So Ivar, I'll see you in the next session while you're finishing this one.
Yeah. And what Tanya is going to show you is she's going to prepare the speaker for the next session, and that is the scaling Jakarta E applications vertically and horizontally with Gelastic Pass. So stick around and you will be taken into that session. So I hope you enjoyed this MVC demo. In the next studio session, I'll go ahead and do a complete transfer from a Jakarta E8 application over to a Jakarta E9 applications, and it will be a lot of code, a lot of fast. I won't have any slides or any time for that. I'll just do the namespace things and show what you have to think about when you do the switch from a JavaX based namespace based application over to a Jakarta namespace application. So can the view be just a fragment of a page rather than not in the native we don't not support it, but in the it depends on how you implement your application. I know that MVC is actually supported by portlets. So if you're using the portlet spec, you can render the view as a fragment of a page or a portlet. So it is possible. Yes, it is not specified by the specification, but you can do it. And if you want to have the download location of the new version of Glassfish is glassfish.org/download. So get Glassfish at glassfish.org/download. And there will be more talks about Glassfish later. The Jakarta MVC group ID is not available on Maven Central yet. It's on the Jakarta staging repository. But as soon as we go live on December 17, we will make it available in Maven Central as well. And I hope you really enjoy this conference and also enjoy these more informal studio sessions in between where we will do different kind of things. In this case, it was MVC, and in others there will be other things. Some surprises, some interviews, some lighter topics, and some more technical things. But I hope you enjoy it, and we'll soon be ready for Ruslan's presentation. And make sure to go to that one. They are doing some cool stuff over there at Gelastic. So I think that's going to be a good session. And don't forget to bake a cake. So I think I have 30 seconds more if anyone has any question or anything. Otherwise, that will be just thrown over to the other session. Yeah, see, there is a question about the HTTP command from WebDAV. I'm not sure, actually. I'll have to look into that. But please do send an email on the MVC developer mailing list, and we'll have a look at it. Okay, and there is a question whether it has to be a JSP or if it can be something else. Yes, it can be. I think we have, for Kraso, we have 12 different view engines. You can use Timely for ASCII-Doc, or I'm not sure if you can use straight up HTML. I think you have to have some kind of templating language to generate the whole HTML for you. But you can use almost anything, and it's pretty easy to add extensions for other view engines as well. The only thing we require in the specification is JSP, and I think maybe we require facelets as well, or maybe we put it away since it doesn't really make sense. So. And do look at the boilerplate applications in the chat. It's cool stuff. I think the other session is about to start in any second now, so we'll just stop it from here. So thank you very much for listening, and see you again later.